Ghislaine Maxwell trial's going on. It started this week. Happy post Thanksgiving, everyone. Welcome to the Advent season. The Ghislaine Maxwell trial. She, of course, was, Jeff Epstein's. How would you describe her, actually? Like Jeff Epstein's sidekick, his assistant, the one who procured the underage women, girls, for Epstein, and then proceeded to involve herself too. I believe it came out in the trial today that from one of Jeff Epstein's victims that she, Ghislaine, would stand there and watch Epstein abuse her. Professional child snatcher says Haber in the chat. Yeah. Co-conspirator says Abel Gamble. That's correct. Abel Gamble also says madam. Right. Drew Dog with the appropriate one. Rapist. Aratone with pedophile. Yes. Yeah. All those things. Certainly. Procurator says South Pav. Yeah. I would say, or Southpaw. Right. I think all those fit for Ghislaine Maxwell. But today, the big trial news that was spreading around, as this trial is on its second day now. Unfortunately, unlike the big Kyle Rittenhouse trial was probably the biggest trial of the past couple months, if not the year, maybe. I can't remember the whole year. But unfortunately, as a federal case, there is no cameras. This is not you cannot broadcast this trial on television, unfortunately, or maybe for the best. Maybe trials really should not be meant to be broadcast on television. For example, based on how certain people, such as the judge in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, behave when they know cameras are on them and they have their 15 minutes of fame. So today the big story out of the trial was that Jeff Epstein's former pilot, the guy who piloted the plane known as the Lolita Express, Lawrence Paul Visocki Jr., piloted roughly 1,000 trips between 1991 and 2019, according to this story from the local Fox 5 affiliate in New York. He said he stayed in the cockpit for the majority of flights, but would sometimes emerge to go to the bathroom or get coffee. Now, Visocki is saying that he never saw anything inappropriate, never saw any signs of anyone having sex on his plane when he was flying. Surely that's possible. He never saw it. That's what he says. Visocki didn't hesitate when he was asked if he ever saw sexual activity when he went for coffee or found sex toys when he cleaned up. Never, the pilot answered to both questions. He said he never saw used condoms either. And when he asked if he ever saw sex acts with underage females, he answered, absolutely not. He also said that he never saw any children on his planes who were not accompanied by their parents. Let's read this next line first, because I think this will put a lot of things into context here about what this guy says he saw. When he was asked about a teenager who prosecutors say was sexually abused by Epstein before she became an adult, Visocki said he believed she was, this is his words, I'm quoting him here, mature when he was introduced to her. So, do I think this guy is lying? I don't. Do I think he is the best person to tell if there were underage women boarding, underage girls, underage females boarding the Lolita Express? No, because clearly he met one such underage girl, a teenager, who prosecutors say was abused sexually by Epstein, and he said that he met her and thought she was mature. Now, again, people really don't seem like I don't like even based on his questions. Like he said that he never saw any children on his planes. I don't think I've ever seen anything where Epstein. It's possible it's out there. It's possible, but I've never seen anything where Jeff Epstein had a what was sexually abusing like children, as in like what this guy is thinking of as children, like babies, toddlers, just kids like 9, 8, 7, 10, 12. He was, now remember, 15, 16 said that's underage. That's who I believe, as far as I know, what Jeff Epstein was looking for when he sexually abused these underage females. So the fact that this guy says he never saw any children on his planes who were not accompanied by their parents, that makes me sound like he's expecting like, a little kid holding his parents, his or her, her parents' hand walking on the plane. And also the fact that he thought that a teenager, a minor, looked mature. Another warning sign to me that this guy may not be the best at telling what's going on his plane. All right. So I'm trying to be careful with the language here. RR Tone says he liked teenagers. Miss Europa says underage but after puberty. Southpaw makes a great point, which is probably why Epstein hired him. LOL. Right. I mean, this Vyssotsky doesn't seem quite on top of what's going on here. But anyway, continuing here. Oh boy, this case is. We got names from the pilot of some celebrities and big name politicians whom he says he saw aboard the Lolita Express flying with him on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. We got actors like the disgraced Kevin Spacey, who I guess it really shouldn't be a surprise now that we, knowing what we now know about him, right? We got Chris Tucker. I believe we knew about that one where he was on Jeff Epstein's plane to go to some like fundraising concert or something like that in Africa or something like that, if I recall correctly. We also got Prince Andrew, Senator John, the late Senator John Glenn of Ohio, the first American to orbit the Earth, former astronaut. And we got, of course, name drops of Bill Clinton and Donald J. Trump, two former presidents, a Democrat and a Republican. Now, Southpaw says, wait, but was Chris Tucker involved in child abuse? Well, here's the thing. Like, these are just the people who boarded the Lolita Express. And Vyssotsky, the pilot here, is saying he never saw anything on his plane. No sex acts, period, on his plane. So, there's just people who flew on this plane. These were all flights in the 2000s. I mean, I know Jeffrey Epstein went to prison for some of the sexual abuse that he Not nearly enough, in terms of he was charged with where is this? The first criminal case. This was in 2005, where he was sentenced just he served 13 months in prison and it was released in 2019. So, I mean, clearly did not did not go to prison. The criminal charge is procuring an underage girl for prostitution. Sex trafficking as well, but I mean, 13 months, Christ. So we got out in 2009. So if any of these flights were after 2009, I mean, you really can't claim you didn't. You can't claim you didn't know. But I would go so far to say that if you were even on these flights before that, and you knew Jeffrey Epstein enough to be flying on his Lolita Express plane, you probably knew. Although, 2009, we could surely prove it because then it's in the public knowledge. But I mean, come on. But let's get back to the Donald Trump and Bill Clinton part of this. Now, this should come as no surprise. Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, I believe Bill Clinton as well, right? Have pictures with Jeffrey Epstein. Let me make sure that I'm. Oh yeah, of course. We got photos with Ghislaine too. We got this photo is weird. But we got here we go. We got this fine photo of Bill Clinton with Epstein. Not the greatest, but this is from 2002. We got this photo of... One second. Let me just pull this here onto the feed. So we got this photo of Bill Clinton with Epstein and Maxwell. Look at that. But we also got plenty of photos of Donald Trump with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell as well. There's Melania in the photo too with them. And then there's, of course, that video. Have you guys ever seen this video? Epstein Trump video. Let's pull this up. This is at Mar-a-Lago, 92. Oh wait, I didn't have the sound on. Let me rewind a little bit.
Looking to distance himself from.
Let me rewind a little bit.
Prostitution charges in Florida. Both men are seen enjoying themselves. Trump pointing out women dancing in front of them. An apparently friendly encounter with a man the president is now looking to distance himself from.
Well, I knew him like everybody in Palm Beach knew him. I had a falling out with him a long time ago. I don't think I've spoken to him for 15 years. I wasn't a fan.
Epstein, who has pleaded not guilty to federal sex trafficking and conspiracy charges.
This is back when Epstein was still alive, before he didn't kill himself in prison. In August of that year, 2019. Anyway, so I mean, this is no surprise. However, one interesting thing that the pilot did say is that, and this is because, this is going around. Here's one verified Twitter user. Who is this person even? Oh, a Survivor cast member with 300,000 Twitter subscribers. Trump admitted this is in a reply to a Twitter post that said Epstein's pilot confirmed that Donald Trump flew on Epstein's plane. And Anna Kate of Survivor fame tweeted, Trump admitted he did. one time to grab a flight from Florida to New York. All right, let's just stick with that for a second, because that's hilarious. I'm sorry, that's hilarious. I'm a billionaire, real estate mogul with properties all over the country, in New York and in Florida. I own Mar-a-Lago. I own Trump Tower. But somehow I can't procure myself a private plane, so I have no choice but to take a flight on the Lolita Express from Jeff Epstein, because, I got to get to New York to Florida, and I have no other way. There's 2-hour flights. Nothing I can do. Give me a break. Come on. This is ridiculous. But on top of that, she clearly wasn't paying attention to the trial, Miss Anna Kate of Survivor fame. No surprise. But the big thing out of this was that the pilot, Vyssotsky, said that both Clinton and Trump were aboard the Lolita Express multiple times, more than once. And don't forget, this is a guy who, in one of his most bizarre, it's just an offhand comment, but one of the most bizarre he's made, which is saying a lot. When he was asked about the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, Trump said, "I just wish her well." Who says that? I just wish the woman who helped the sex trafficker, underage female sexual abuser Jeff Epstein, find his teenage girls. I just wish her well. I just wish her well. Give me a break. This is absurd. This is absurd. Listen, I can't tell you what Trump did with Epstein. I can't tell you what happened on that plane. But I can tell you that these people knew something. Come on. None of these people seem to have known. I've seen documentary after documentary about Jeffrey Epstein. And it's clear to me that nobody had a fucking clue where Epstein got all this money from. The dude was super rich. And apparently no one quite understood what he did. We later found out that he was fucking people over and stealing money and then blackmailing other extremely rich people and holding something over their head. One specifically, his name, I failed to remember, but huge payoffs going to Epstein for who knows what. Listen, if I am constantly boarding some weird rich guy's private plane and getting friendly with the guy and seeing all these, all these young women constantly around him, and then he's got this weird assistant around his age. I've read testimonies where people thought that they were husband and wife. They were so close. I'm talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, and she's going around, bringing these underage girls to Epstein, and I would question, what the fuck is going on here? What the hell? Where does this guy get his money, and what the hell is he doing here? At the very least, come on. So bizarre. I wish her well. Ghislaine, good luck. Good luck, Ghislaine. I wish you well. Oh my God. And these Trump people are really trying to spin. I've seen two spins. One is this one. This billionaire had no choice but to take this ride because he had to get to New York from Florida to New York. It's one time, even though it's not true. And then my favorite is the QAnon explanation, which is all these people that we believe now, they have the fake flight log. They believe the fake flight logs. I hope you guys don't believe this because it is gone. It is out there. These flight log, these fake flight logs are years old, been debunked by me and many others many times. Yet to this day, I still see even QAnon people like young people on TikTok spreading these fake flight logs saying Oprah Winfrey was on those planes and Tom Hanks was flying to Epstein Island on the Lolita Express. And, all these random celebs and, QAnon has created all these like image meme macros where all the like cutouts of all these celebs saying like these people were all on Epstein's Island. Those are fake flight logs. None of those people that I just mentioned, Hanks, Winfrey, etc. Geez, when's the last time you think Oprah Winfrey was was called a Winfrey instead of Oprah? But anyway, that they're not on the flight logs. There's no proof they ever were on the Lolita Express. They were not on the Lolita Express. But man, that shit spreads, and the QAnon theory is that all those people, even the fake ones, they're all disgusting, satanic, cannibal, baby-eating, adrenochrome drinking, injecting, pedophile, child sex traffickers. But Donald Trump, he was having sex with underage kids with Epstein because he went undercover. He had to do it to take Epstein down. Everyone else, they weren't in on it. They're just pedophiles. But Trump, he was this double agent. I mean, literally, this is their theory. Incredible. It's just incredible. It's truly like I don't even know what to say anymore. That's the latest of the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, folks. Oh man, that's where we are. That's where we are. Jesus.